Hey guys, so today I'm coming to you with another Star Wars Armada fleet builder using Ryan Kingston's fleet builder, and I'm going to be trying to show off some of the newfound power of the Victory class Star Destroyer that we're going to see with Wave 6. So I want to start with one of these. Actually, I think I'm going to do two of them because I plan on buying two Quasars, which are going to give me two disposable capacitors. Now, if you're only planning on getting one, you can easily modify this list. Let me actually just start with one and see how much it's going to, all the things I'm going to have on both of them and how much it's going to cost. Definitely want spinal armament here. And so this is going to make me almost as strong as an ISD. But now I've got 4 red out the front, so I'm just as strong at long range, potentially. But I will be able to throw these on my first shot at long range. I'll be able to throw all that extra dice, all the extra blue dice. Let's put leading shots on there to give us rerolls. And let's also, do I want to put an officer on there? I mean, I'm making this really expensive already. We could put Minister Tua on there, but I don't know if I really need to do that. All right, so this is 108 points. Now this is still cheaper than an ISD-1, definitely cheaper than an ISD-2, and I've got so much offensive capability. I've already got gunnery teams built in now, so I don't have to add that. So we'll add another one. Now this is something that we can definitely probably use Jerjerrod for, because we're going to want to increase our maneuverability. So that's a definite option. And then leading shots. So now we have that. Now we can put some titles on here too. If I'm doing long range stuff, especially with the extra red dice, I think Warlord is a great option. I won't need the red accuracy. So if I get a red accuracy, I can turn it to a double hit. So that's good. Or if I just get a blue accuracy I don't need, I can always turn that into another hit as well. So that much is great. I don't really need another title, but I could throw Dominator on here for right now. This is an option. If I'm going to put my commander somewhere, maybe I'll put my commander on here, Jerjerrod, and let's load it up to capacity. Let's also put Minister Tua on there, and let's add electronic countermeasures. Boom. All right, I'm going to zoom out a little bit. So this is a completely fully loaded victory right now for Jerjerrod. And then I have Dominator, who's still pretty much fully loaded. Now I've got 2 ships only, and I've got way more than half my list already, just from that, and no squadrons yet. So I may want to tone down a little bit. I can probably drop that at least and have him be a little cheaper. If I'm running Jerjerrod, there's a couple of, whoops, I don't want to do squadrons yet. Let's go back to ships. I could probably, Architans would benefit pretty significantly off of this. So would ISDs, but I'm not going to put an ISD here because I've got way too much already. I could just put more victories, but I don't think I want to do that. I think 2 is more than enough for right now. And I probably don't even need a Quasar in this build because the victories can do the squadron commands, but I'm going to put a Quasar in anyway. I kind of really want to do the Quasar 2 because of the red anti-squadron die. But if I want to go cheaper and actually fit some more attack ships in here, then the Quasar 1 might work better. Let's start with the Quasar 2, and I'll downgrade if I need to. So here we're going to be trying to do some anti-squadron at long range, so I want to put Callus on there. And then for these guys, we'll do boarding troopers in case we get close enough. And now it does mean we need at least 4 squadrons, so let's add some let's start out cheap, and let's just go with regular TIE fighters. Let's do 6, and then maybe I can add a Kazanti as well. Now I've got 4 ships, so I at least got my 4 activations, 6 squadrons, which gives me a decent deployment ability, and I've got 6 points floating right now. So one of the things I can do is I can just easily put we can put a comms net on here if I want this Kazanti to be able to do squadrons and or be able to pass tokens. Maybe the Quasar will be in range 1 and we'll need to do boarding troopers. Then we can just pass the token that way. Or if we want to pass some engineering tokens in the first round or 2, or some nav tokens to the victories, we can do that as well. So yeah, there we go. That's and then I have 4 points floating. We can do a lot of things with those 4 points. I would probably suggest just leaving those as an initiative bid, but we can toss suppressor onto that Kazanti, make that a little bit more significant of a ship. People won't want to come near it too much. Or we could maybe upgrade one of these TIE fighters to something a little more expensive. Maybe toss an interceptor in there as well. There's a lot you can do. So this is just a starting point, but the idea here is I have my squadron ability. I'm kind of well-rounded here, but I've got two incredibly powerful ships that will also be very mobile because of Jerjerrod. And so this is just really showcasing all of the stuff that is helping victories lately, and it seems like victories are going to have the potential to become more powerful than even an ISD. As a matter of fact, we could even drop Spinal Armament off of this one and put H9s on there. And one of the reasons for that is just it'll synergize even better with Warlord. We can take one of the red dice. If everything is pretty good, if our die roll is really good, we could just turn one of the reds into an accuracy and then into a double hit. We can squeeze more out of there. And if we end up having to do any anti-squadron, H9 and Warlord make that a automatic hit. So there's definitely options. There's only a 1 point difference between that and Spinal Armament. So I think in this case I will probably stick with Spinal Armament because I have the reroll ability of leading shots, so I don't need quite as much dice mitigation. And this is actually leading shots works better for blank dice. So I think I'd go with this. And I don't think this is a ship that's going to really be doing too much anti-squadron shooting, especially with gunnery team. So that's the build. Let's do some objectives for this. Yes. Objectives would be a good thing for the ship like this. So advanced gunnery is no way. Absolutely not. If one of the victories didn't have gunnery teams, then maybe. But it's actually an option. I might want to even consider that because the destroyed ship wouldn't even be worth that much because you don't double the cost of the upgrade cards. That would actually make a victory one only, if they did kill it, it wouldn't be that bad. But it would have to be, if that were the case, then it would have to be Tua's ship because we would want that. We'd want to be able to brace. Oh gosh, no. So I don't think advanced gunnery is an option. We could potentially opening salvo. I wouldn't be a big fan of. I don't have that many ships, although I do really like that one a lot. Station assault. I like that one better if I have interdictors and can move the station even farther. But station assault does kind of get them to come into a certain direction. So station assault would be fun. Close range intel scan could potentially work, but I don't think that one is going to be all that great either because of my rerolls already that come from leading shots. So I have a lot of built-in stuff. So in this case, most wanted will be my red because then I can just pick the Gazanti. That's definitely the option here. Yes. I hadn't really thought about objectives before doing this video, so that's why I'm kind of working through the thought process right now. So for our yellows, we can use medium ships with Hyperspace Assault, and that's actually really, really cool. I might want to actually consider Hyperspace Assault here. I kind of like this one. As a matter of fact, yeah, let's do that. I would love to be able to drop in like this victory, boom, and then a couple of ties. I don't care about the ties. It's really about dropping an incredibly powerful medium ship into halfway across the board, and that somewhere that a victory couldn't have even gotten by turn 2. So that's pretty crazy. And I think here maybe we'll go with salvage run. Salvage run would be really nice if I know they're coming. And plus I can send the Gazanti up to pick up tokens pretty early. If they are coming into the middle, then I have them in a really good spot to be able to just unload with those victories. And I think that'll do it. That should be pretty good. Although if I'm doing this, I might want to consider dropping a few points and putting a Lambda out there to try to bring some of those tokens farther back. So I could, gosh, can I maybe upgrade something? I don't need CommsNet. I don't need. It's a tough one. I could downgrade the Quasar potentially and squeeze a Lambda in there. There's some options, but I don't need the Lambda. Salvage Run already sets you up as second player into a pretty good position, so I don't really need the Lambda, but it would be nice. So this is the build, guys. We'll zoomed out a little bit too much there, but There we go. All right, guys. Well, thank you guys so much for watching. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up. Leave me a comment and let me know what you would do differently if you wanted to get lambdas in here, for example. Would you potentially downgrade the Quasar, drop Callus and boarding troopers, or maybe drop a Quasar altogether and use different carriers, maybe a couple of Gazantes? This way you have more activations. You could probably fit 5 ships into the list that way. But let me know what you would do differently. Or do you think you just wouldn't even bother messing with the Victory in the first place? But I do think the Victory 2s are going to be extremely, extremely nice. So thank you guys again so much for watching. If you haven't already, please subscribe and click the little bell for alerts. And as always, have a wonderful day.